EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A man who was the Georgia State High School Player of the Year in 2020. Here's Jahmyr Gibbs. And he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9. 2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Well, this defense for the Raiders, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
On play action, here's Nix. He finds his man, complete. That's Barton. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Now it's Nix. And his throw is incomplete.
Great coverage down in the end zone. He's scanning the field, looking. No one ever came open. So at the end, he makes the best decision and just fires it over the end line.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Here's Nix. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Lions are on the board first here in Vegas. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run here, the former Longhorn with it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
They'll keep it on the ground. Forbes. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. The Raiders at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Now a 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On play action, here's Ritter. That one complete to Trey Tucker. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Well, certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
They'll run on first down. Forbes. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Ritter fires quickly out wide. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 19.
10 yards on the play. That's good for another Las Vegas. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Ritter to throw it. This is caught. Touchdown! From 19 yards away. And the Raiders respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Extra point, a bit of an adventure, but it does make it through. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Down inside the 40. And look at this Raiders defense. They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
41 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
Throwing Nix.
And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
7-7, our score after 1. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
A toss out right to Gibbs.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let him outside where they can really shred your defense.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Derek Hall in there that time to get him to the turf.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Nix to the air. Got St. Brown running the quick slant here.
And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
They're going. It's Nix.
Flush to his right. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 38-yard line.
Now Ritter going to change up the look.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Working from the gun, Ritter.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Off the play fake, here's Nix.
And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Now a give to Gibbs, running left.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
They'll go again with Gibbs.
And he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's about it. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Whenever we're talking about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
To throw, here's Nix.
He's airing it out for Williams. And he's got it inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jamison Williams.
60 yards. And the Lions have taken the lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's got a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well on that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
Back to throw, Ritter. There's Chris Olave. And out across midfield down to the 45.
That's good for Las Vegas. First down at the 45-yard line.
Ritter.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Brings up second and 1 at the Lions' 36-yard line.
Ritter will set up to throw it.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Hand off to Spears. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Spears.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. To throw is Nix.
And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
In motion goes the tight end. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix.
And got his man, complete. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. Back to the air with Nix.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt.
Bates' kick is good.
And they take a 17-14 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Raiders 14.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Ritter now. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
Well, one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Out of the gun to give to Spears.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Looking to throw it here. Ritter.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. That's a Olave bringing in another one. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Ritter off the play fake. Steps away. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. Nix. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 19 yards there on the catch and run. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And now a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game. It has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
Gibbs straight ahead.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 34-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. On the give, here's Gibbs.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Now it's Nix.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
Here's Nix.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Trying to find Jamison Williams.
And that'll bring up 2nd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Here's 3rd and 9.
Back to throw. Nix. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
They'll run with Gibbs.
And he gets it a little bit closer and takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Looking to throw.
Nix.
And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown.
Sam Laporta.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Lions will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the last time out, they had the good drive going. You get in the red zone. They throw the interception. Not their first pick of the game either, so we'll see if they're more careful, more cautious here on this drive.
Yeah, nothing worse than repeat mistakes, right? You end up coughing the ball up. You end up throwing a pick. Everything goes awry. And now, points don't go up on the board. I just heard a fan scream out, I thought the idea was to score points. Yeah, they're getting a little restless, too.
And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Off the play fake. Nix.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, he had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been excellent, 6 for 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll go play action with Nix. Finds Gibbs on the check down. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. Throwing Nix. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Nix. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. But right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 14. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Nix to the air. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now this 4th quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line. And that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Hand off now to Gibbs. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 92 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. Back to throw. Nix has this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 28.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Lions.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a first down in field goal range already. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
So with your team leading in the fourth quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Trying the left side with Gibbs. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Lions will add to their fourth quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Ritter looks to throw it. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Ritter. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Here's 1st down. Ritter. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Now Ritter. And this pass caught by Gray. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Here's 1st and goal.
That's good for another Las Vegas.
Throwing now is Ritter. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And the Raiders have recovered. So they needed the onside kick. They got it. Now they need a field goal.
And that's the beauty of this. They don't have to get 6. A field goal ties the ball game for them. Nicely executed play.
Back to throw. Ritter.
And this is incomplete.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Ritter looking to throw it here. Olave holds it in.
An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you've got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big third down. He's got his target. That's complete.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
Here's Ritter.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow, wow.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Back to throw.
St. Brown on the catch. And he'll have a first down to the 45, but the tackle comes inbounds.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Back to throw.
Throw left side, caught by Laporta.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10.
He's back to throw. Now the incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. He'll look to throw. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
This is 1st and 10.
One final shot. They'll look to throw.
This ball intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it. And the Raiders are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that. Yes,